What's good, YouTube? It's your boy 2K the God, my man Sess. Welcome to the Guys of Boxing Talk. Now, for this segment, we want to do an isolation of Mr. Al Haymon. I see a whole lot of shit out there, man. You know what I'm saying? And I've actually just commented or responded to a comment about Al Haymon today, and there seems to be some type of misconception. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people feel that Al Haymon is in $200 million debt. I've heard $90 million debt. I've heard $100 million debt. I mean, there's all these fucking figures that are being thrown out there, right? Now, you've got guys like Steve Kim, who makes it he makes sure that he reports on Al Haymon daily. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Dan Raphael. Dan Raphael tries to report on Al Haymon as much as he can, and it's always negative, right? Now, the first time that I've seen a figure about Al Haymon being in the hole was through Dan Raphael. Now, people, I always say, and I say this shit continuously, do not go to ESPN for boxing news. Absolutely. They don't know shit about boxing. Nope. Dan Raphael doesn't know shit about fucking boxing, okay? He may, let me put it this way, he may know a lot about boxing, right? But ESPN has this sort of agenda to where they are not going to educate you to the fullest. If they really cared about boxing, they would have more people on their show, more boxers than just Gennady Golovkin or Manny Pacquiao or Juan Manuel Marquez, who was just really on there because he was fighting Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? They would have more people on there. You'd see prospects on there. You see guys that are up and coming on there. You see guys that are going back into the ring after a year, 2 year long hiatus, who before the hiatus, they were on the top of the sport. You see guys like that on the network, but you don't, because they don't try to educate you on the sport the way that you feel that they might be trying to do. Okay? Yep. All right. With that said, Steve Kim, by the way, he's quoted as saying, PBC is a piece of shit. A guy with that kind of bias, why would you follow anything he has to say or listen to anything he has to say regarding Al Haymon, right? Yep. Now, he just did deals with HBO, right? With the Khan Canelo fight. Yep. Oh, and Dan Raphael tried his hardest to say, oh, no, Al Haymon had nothing to do with that Amir Khan and Canelo Alvarez negotiations. He had nothing to do with it. It was all Golden Boy. And then Amir Khan comes out with his own tweet. Yeah, I'd like to thank Al Haymon. Yeah. Just completely shitted on all of Dan Raphael's reports, right? Okay, so he did the Khan Canelo deal, right? He just did a deal with Eddie Hearn over in the UK, Charles Martin and Anthony Joshua. Yep. Right. He's dealing with Tom Loeffler and K2. Yep. With Triple G and Dominic Wade. And then he may be dealing with Golden Boy again. Because recently, as of today, right, Bernard Hopkins has come out and said that he has offered Adonis Stevenson a deal to fight for his last fight of his career. Yep. So, with all these deals that he's doing, right, let me explain something to you people. Why would multi-million-dollar conglomerates such as HBO, Eddie Hearn Promotions, Golden Boy Promotions, right? K2 Promotions, right? Multi-million-dollar businesses / organizations, if you will. Why the fuck would they do business with someone that is in $200 million worth of debt? Yep. That's just logic. You know what I'm saying? Think of it this way. Let's say I just made this comparison to my man Fave, you know what I'm saying, earlier. Put it this way. You want to build a business, right? Yep. You go to I don't know, DoubleTree Hotel, Hyatt Hotel. Like, hey y'all, let's I want to get y'all's consultation on me, trying to do a business. Doubletree and High is gonna be like, well, what you got to offer? What you gonna put on the table if we help you out with this? And you say, oh, I got $200 million in debt. Then I'm like, nigga, get the fuck out of my office. You see what I'm saying, people? That right there, the fact that he's making all these deals pretty much kills the idea that Steve Kim and what Dan Raphael is fucking reporting. It kills those ideas that he is a man in debt. He's in a hole and he's just squandering by trying to make PBC work. Actually, it's the opposite. He's very successful with PBC. Thus is why he's able to make deals with all these multi-million-dollar businesses / organizations. You see what I'm saying, people? Yep. Stop being such fucking casuals. If you hate a motherfucker, just say it. If you hate PBC, yeah, just say it. You know what I'm saying? Don't spread the propaganda, you know what I'm saying, and let that shit hit other people that are really trying to learn about the sport, right? They don't have a bias. They just want to know shit. But your shit is the first shit they see, and your information ain't nothing but propaganda. You can't even fucking verify it. Cut that bullshit out, man. So, man, I started rambling. The point of the goddamn video, the point of the damn video is, with everything that is going on with PBC and Al Haymon, is he really bad for boxing? What do you think, sir?
And first, let me say, I agree with everything that you just said. I mean, you hit the nail right on the head, man. But to answer your question, is Al Haymon bad for boxing? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think only a casual would say that Al Haymon is bad for boxing. Because when you look at it, and I'm gonna take, man, I can't quote this person directly because so many different guys have said this. But when you look at it, everybody's suing and trying to get out of their contract with guys like Bob Arum and these other promoters.
Absolutely.
You don't hear about fighters trying to sue and get out of their contracts with Al Haymon.
Nope.
You know, Al Haymon is putting the money in these guys' hands. Al Haymon is putting the opportunity in these guys' hands. Al Haymon is televising some of these guys that otherwise wouldn't even be televised. So how the fuck could it be bad for boxing? People want to say that, oh man, he makes shit fights and these fights aren't competitive. Okay, now, first of all, I can point you to some really shitty top-ranked undercards for pay-per-views that you paid your good hard-earned money for, right? And you can go back and Golden Boy, they put on some shit fights. When Oscar De La Hoya had his I guess his little fight thing on Fox.
Oh yeah.
Man, I never watched that bullshit. Never. There were never competitive fights. There were rarely any fighters that you could identify with or even that you knew fighting on the show. But here you have Al Haymon offering a product that's free. All you gotta do is turn to your local, I guess NBC channel or whatever.
Channel 3. Channel 6.
Channel 5 or whatever your channel may be at this given time, and you can watch Danny Garcia fight Robert Guerrero. You can watch Sean Porter fight Keith Thurman. You can watch, Khan Algieri. You can watch Deontay Wilder. You can watch all of the fighters that you know fight on PBC.
Yep.
And fans have the nerve to say that this guy's bad for boxing when he's doing deals with other promoters.
Yep.
I mean, come on. It's not all in-house. Clearly, if he's venturing out and he's doing deals with Tom Lawfer, Eddie Hearn, Golden Boy, and all these other guys, the only guy that's stuck in his ways and that's stubborn and that's actually looking quite foolish to me is fucking Bob Arum.
Bob Arum. That's who's fucking bad for boxing.
Exactly.
It's fucking Bob Arum.
I
mean, all these motherfuckers out there ranting and raving about the Manny Pacquiao-Tim Bradley fight, right? Now, I personally believe that's a good fight. It's not the best fight. I mean, we all pretty much wanted to see Pacquiao-Crawford. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that is still a great fight, in my opinion. It's still an A-level fight, right?
Yeah.
But the majority out there, they are giving a whole lot of criticism towards Manny Pacquiao. That's not the dude you criticize. You fucking criticize Bob Arum.
Yep.
Bob Arum is the motherfucker that put this shit together. Manny Pacquiao does what the fuck he's told. It's like they don't want to criticize Bob Arum for whatever the fuck reason it is. That is who's bad for boxing. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh, no. You're absolutely right. That's who's bad for boxing, man. It's Bob fucking Arum. And he's been the problem, I believe, all along in a lot of negotiations with a lot of fights that we should have been seeing. I just recently heard Bob Arum say, yes, the Lomachenko Nicholas Walters fight is done. We just need a network to pick the fight up. Are you fucking kidding me?
Dog, and that's why in the last video we just did, right? We could have talked about what was hot. Lomachenko Walters is done. I refuse to fucking talk about it because Bob Arum is saying the same kind of bullshit that he said. This to me is equal to what he said about Manny Pacquiao fighting Floyd Mayweather in 2013 before Floyd Mayweather went to jail. Remember that shit? He was like, yeah, the fight is on. We just trying to build a whole new fucking stadium in Las Vegas on the strip. Get the fuck out of here. It's almost equivalent to that. You got an HBO fighter, 2 HBO fighters, right? And this is a mega fight at their weight class, and you're telling me HBO is like, nah, we don't want that shit.
We don't want that. Get the fuck out, man. Oh, man. Come on, people. Open your eyes.
Yeah.
You know what? And I'm going to quote my boy Dante's Boxing Nation, DBN. I normally don't quote too many cats on the show from other channels. But I got to quote him because he quoted Bob Arum when he said, fans are like dumb rocks. You can just kick them in any direction that you want them to go. Bob Arum wasn't talking about the fans and enthusiasts like myself, you, Dante, and all these other cats. He was talking about the dollars that really matter, the casual fans' dollars. You can kick their dumb ass in any direction that you want them to go because they're gonna believe whatever you say and whatever you sell them. You know, and Bob Arum knows that to put forth some bullshit like that. Oh, this fight is done. Like you said, this is a pretty much a mega fight in their division. Who wouldn't want to see Walters versus Lomachenko? Who wouldn't want to see that?
Yo, if we don't get Walters Rigondeaux or Walters not Walters, sorry. We don't get Lomachenko Rigondeaux or maybe a Gary Russell Jr. rematch, then I want Walters.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's easy.
Yeah.
Yep. Why the fuck wouldn't a network pick that fight up? So, and a lot of fans took that and said, "Oh man, darn,
dang it."
Yeah. Bob is trying his best. He's trying. Let me tell you something. If Bob Arum has so much pull, I believe, with HBO, they would do that as a favor to him, even if the fight wasn't as big as it really is. They would probably do that as a favor to Bob. If he wanted to put that on the undercard, or if he wanted to just put that fight on, they fucking do it.
Dog.
Come on, man.
HBO picked up Lomachenko, Kosaiko.
Oh my God.
They picked up Walters, Sosa.
Yeah.
They gonna fucking pick up Walters, Lomachenko if the fight was really in negotiation.
Exactly. Come on, people. Don't be fucking dumb. But here you have Al Haymon putting on Thurman versus Porter, a very competitive fight. Very competitive fight. A very good fight for free. For free. You don't even have to fucking pay for it. You don't even have to have a cable subscription to pay for it.
You can go old school and put the goddamn antenna on the top of the TV with the aluminum foil, B, and you'll be able to watch this fucking fight.
Why was I about to say that, man? I was just gonna say, go get you one of them big block TVs. You know what I'm saying? Put the antenna on top and turn the knob. Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here with that. With that Al Haymon is bad for boxing shit, man. If he is so bad for boxing, make me a very, very, very good, legitimate point. Tell me why he's so bad for the sport. Tell me why he's killing the sport, because that's something else that I've heard. That Al Haymon is killing the sport of boxing. Tell me why. Why is Al Haymon killing boxing and Bob Arum isn't?
Right.
Just lay that out for me.
I mean, a lot of motherfuckers, I'll tell you right now, a lot of shit that I'm hearing is Al Haymon puts bad matchups together. Now, this is what I will say. This is what I will say. I agree to that with that to an extent. A very small portion of that statement do I agree with. And the reason is because in certain situations, and you know, my man says going to disagree, it is what it is. Certain situations, there are fighters that I feel are not fighting the best as of now, right? Deontay Wilder is one of them. Last 3 title defenses, yeah, I know. Last 3 title defenses, questionable, you know what I'm saying? But they are in negotiations with Alexander Povetkin. He tried to get Glaskov. Glaskov didn't want no parts. Tried to get Povetkin before he fought Spilka. Povetkin was like, we're not ready. So to his credit, right, that last title defense, he really didn't have nowhere to go. There's other places that I would have preferred him to go, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He tried to get the bigger fights, he couldn't get them. But with that said, he has been putting motherfuckers in there, right, with killers that are seen as killers respective to that fighter's abilities. And what I mean by that is this. A guy like Amir Mansour, right?
Oh, yeah.
He is a killer when you look at Dominic Breazeale's abilities or you look at Gerald Washington's abilities. That is a risky ass fucking matchup for both those guys. And actually, in all honesty, the matchup backfired on Al Haymon, right? As far as if you're looking at those guys' stock levels, because everyone in the boxing community was like, yo, Amir Mansour beat Gerald Washington, right? Yeah. Then everyone was like, yo, Amir Mansour was beating the shit out of Dominic Breazeale until he quit on the stool. A lot of motherfuckers were saying that. But before those two fought Amir Mansour, they looked terrible in their fights before that fight, right? Dominic Breazeale looked fucking terrible against Craig Cassini. He actually lost that fight, in my opinion, right? Yeah. And then Gerald Washington yeah, exactly. And then Gerald Washington looked bad in his fight prior to fighting Mansour, right? But those two guys were still being talked about as possible fucking opponents for Deontay Wilder. Yep. Amir Mansour just fucked that up for them. Their stock was here. It came down to here. Yep. Now ain't nobody even talking about Dominic Breazeale, Gerald Washington against a Deontay Wilder. Fuck. Furthermore, if you even make that type of fantasy matchup and throw it out to the public, 90% of the motherfuckers gonna be like, Deontay Wilder gonna knock this motherfucker out. You know what I'm saying? And the reason for that is because how they looked against Amir Mansour. Who put those fights together? Al Haymon.
Al Haymon.
Another one with Adrian Broner getting thrown in there with Sean Porter. Right after fucking not Marcos Maidana, but what's that boy's name? Carlos Molina. Right? Did he fight Carlos or John Molina before?
I think he fought John. Okay,
Molina. John was the one before that. All right, don't quote us, YouTube. Let us know if we're wrong and shit. The point is, the 2 fights that he had, or the 3 fights that he had after Marcos Maidana was Carlos Molina, John Molina, and fucking that one cat, Emmanuel Taylor, right? Yeah. Those 3 fights were supposed to bring Adrian Broner back into the light, right? Like, hey, he's still good, everyone. Don't write him off yet. And then Al Haymon was like, get in there with Sean Porter. Yep. He didn't have to do that. He did not have to do that. That's my fucking point. Another one, Miguel Vasquez and Mickey Bay. Just signed Miguel Vasquez, throws him in there with Mickey Bay. Yep. All right? I mean, I could keep fucking going. Keith Thurman and Sean Porter's matchup. He doesn't have to do that.
Yep.
Keith Thurman could fight Rod Selka next. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He could fight Rod Selka. You know what I'm saying? They can do whatever the fuck they want. Sean Porter could fight JoJo Dan next.
Yeah.
He's not doing that shit. He's making the best matchups that he possibly can make.
Yeah.
Right? That's what he's doing.
Absolutely.
It is what it is. Now, of course, in some situations, right?
Yeah.
In the midst of those good matchups being made, we're gonna see fucking terrible matchups. You know, like the one with Peter Quillen and I don't even know, what was it? Ben Affleck. I don't remember the cat's name.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? That was a terrible matchup.
Yeah.
But what did we get right after that? Peter Quillen versus Danny Jacobs.
Danny Jacobs. Exactly. Come on, people. Come on, man. I mean, you could essentially accuse all of these promoters slash, you know, managers slash advisors, whatever you want to call them. You could accuse them of all rightfully putting on bullshit matchups.
Sure.
You know, I think it's a part of the game.
Yes,
It's a part of the game, and because you have to always keep in mind what the bigger, what's the bigger picture.
Yeah.
You know, what fight are we trying to get to? You know what I mean? So we can say that they all do it, but to just put all of this on one guy, to say that one guy is the brain cancer of boxing. He's killing it slowly. You know, I just don't think that's right. I mean,
It's
with a lot,
not.
yeah, with a lot of the shit that we're seeing from Bob Arum and a lot of the shit that we've seen from Golden Boy and you know, all these other promotions. Come on, people.
Yeah.
Come on, let's just be real about it. Just say whatever the reason is. Just say why you really don't like the guy. Come on now.
I mean, it's a balancing effect with these promoters, right? You see,
Yeah.
they've got a stable full of very good fighters that are very popular, and then
Yep.
in the same stable, you've got guys that aren't that very popular, right? Well, what happens as these guys up here start losing? Boxing is a sport that goes off the adage, "What have you done for me lately?" Right?
Yeah.
These good popular boxers start taking L's. They're gonna move down to the next level. Meanwhile, the guys that are at this level, they're fighting Joe Blows and Ben Afflecks and Tom Cruises and Ryan Goslings and shit, right?
Yeah.
But with that said, their shit is going up, like Errol Spence, for example. So when these motherfuckers up here that are already on this level, they start losing, the ones that we saw against Ryan Gosling, they moving up. And then now they are the ones that are the popular fighters. It's a balancing effect, people. That's how the fuck they keep themselves relevant with new fighters moving up the fucking chain. That's how it works.
Yep.
All right. So we saw Peter Quillen have a draw with Andy Lee. Then he beat the fuck out of I don't even, Holly Berry's brother. I don't even know the nigga's name. You know what I'm saying? Beat the fuck out of him. People weren't talking about the Andy Lee draw no more. They're like, yo, Peter Quillen gonna beat the shit out of Danny Jacobs. That's what we're talking about. That's how you build a fight. Okay? All promoters do this shit. It's a balancing effect. All right? Just so happens as of today, Al Haymon is doing the least of it. He's doing the least of it. Of course, he's gonna have balancing effects all up in there. Of course, he's gonna have his prospects fighting guys that we don't fucking know. Like, for example, Chris Pearson. Right? He fought Eric Walker. Nobody knew who the fuck Eric Walker was, but guess what happened? Chris Pearson was a highly touted prospect. And guess what happened? Man, I'm done. I'm done with this shit, dude. Too much logical. It's too logical, man. These motherfuckers not gonna get it, B.
That's why they call them casuals, man.
God damn it. Do what you do in the comment section would be real. This is real talk for real fans. 1.